In every family, the relationship between parents and children often involves conflicts arising from generational differences, different outlooks on life, and varying approaches to issues. These conflicts are not uncommon, especially when we look at the contrast between previous generations and the current one. Parents who grew up during times of war, poverty, and scarcity, and children who were raised in a society that has developed with modern conveniences and technology often find it hard to understand each other. These differences sometimes lead to arguments and misunderstandings within families. For parents, particularly those born before 1975, life was not easy. They grew up in the midst of war, deprivation, and scarcity. They didn't have many choices and constantly faced an unstable existence, from hunger and loss to embargoes and significant challenges in economic life. What they longed for the most was stability. For them, success wasn't measured by luxury or fame, but by having a stable job, working for the government, and maintaining a peaceful, fulfilling family life. These parents greatly valued family, always putting family first, and were ready to sacrifice everything for their children and family unity. They may not express their emotions directly, but their sacrifices and loyalty to their family are undeniable. These values, though they may have faded in today's modern society, can be better understood when we look at the context in which the older generations grew up. By understanding the hardships they went through, we can better appreciate why they often worry and feel stressed when their children don't prioritize stability. Having lived through the most difficult times, their concerns are natural, and when children disregard the importance of stability, it can feel like a betrayal, especially when family unity was seen as a life-saving measure. On the other hand, those who grew up in the late 20th century, particularly in the 1980s and 1990s, witnessed dramatic societal changes. After the war ended, the economy began to open up, and society underwent significant transformation. This generation didn't face the same hardships as their parents did. Instead, they grew up in a world filled with opportunities and intense competition. Technological advances, from personal computers to the internet, and the possibility of studying abroad and experiencing different cultures, created a stark contrast in their upbringing. They were part of a society where progress and personal development were more attainable, and their aspirations often revolved around professional success, luxury, and material wealth. This shift in opportunities often led to frustration among younger generations who couldn't understand why their parents were so fixated on stability. They saw their parents' demands as restrictive, as they were being urged to take safer, more predictable paths in life. The younger generation's desire for independence and self-expression often clashed with their parents' desire for security, leading to heightened tensions. However, if we take the time to understand what the older generation went through, we can see that their concerns are not just about controlling their children or stifling their dreams. They are simply people who have lived through hardships and want to protect their children from experiencing the same struggles. Values like sacrifice, diligence, and family loyalty were the cornerstones of their lives, and they want to pass these on to the younger generation, even if the way they express it can sometimes feel burdensome. So, how can we bridge this generational gap? The answer is simple: understanding each other. To foster love and respect for differences between generations, we must take the time to understand the experiences our parents and grandparents endured. What was life like for them? How did they fight to build a stable and fulfilling life? Once we understand their past, we can better accept and empathize with their expectations and behaviors. At the same time, parents must also recognize that the younger generation faces a different context and set of needs. When both generations can listen and share their perspectives, conflicts can gradually be resolved. Thus, to create more harmony and closeness between parents and children, we must begin by listening and understanding each other's experiences. When we step into each other's worlds, we learn to respect our differences, love one another, and support each other in our personal journeys. This connection not only strengthens family bonds but also opens the door to a brighter future, where each person can pursue their dreams and ambitions without feeling pressured or constrained.